happy October, and welcome to Talking with ILM Practitioner, volume number 19. What is it? What? Welcome. Yeah, for those who I am meeting for the first time, my name is Sahara. I am ILM method practitioner based in Toronto, Canada, offering one-on-one treatment sessions as well as movement classes, mostly online at the moment. Today we have a special guest. I am so happy that she can join Nessa Ryan. She is my peer, my colleague, and a great friend, but also somebody who I really respect both as a person and practitioner. And I had the pleasure of seeing her in a various occasion, but also like she's one of those few people who I got to collaborate with and run a workshop together, or it was a workshop. So I have a great memories, and I'm just so excited to hear her story of how she came about, and also just opportunity to get in touch with her. So I see your request, Nessa. Thank you. It goes. Yeah! Wow, Nessa!
Hi, Sahara.
Wow, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, I'm so happy you asked me. It's been a while since we were able to do this.
Yeah. Although it's so funny because like I realized like we've done so many Zooms together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like this feels so natural, surprisingly.
Yeah, I know. And I'm sorry if I'm looking in a weird direction because my iPad has a funny camera, so I apologize.
But that also included, I feel like this is part of our natural.
Looking in funny directions?
Well, even like earlier we were trying to do like a little technical shortcut, and it's like, no, let's try again. And like reboot, reconnect, like all of that feels very like familiar, which is so.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm great. Yeah, I'm really good. I'm really happy to be here. And I see your daytime energy, and I'm having it's more like the twilight. It's like, getting into the night. Well, the beginning of the night.
Right.
So it's like, I see our color difference.
Yeah.
It's like yin and yang, as I was saying. Yeah.
Yes. Cheers to you.
Cheers.
I'm still doing coffee and you're doing your evening tea, so.
I'm doing my evening tea.
I mean, I've known you for long now, but I want to ask you to please introduce yourself, like who you are also, but what you do in your own words, because I feel like you're one of those people who I know who are like people of many talents, and I don't even know where to begin when I say describe Nessa.
Thank you. Okay, so like we're both doing the same thing. I'm a movement practitioner, and I guess I don't like the word body worker because it's like you're working, and we don't like to work, right? But to explain to people who don't know what we do, what would it be? We work with the body. So I work with the body, I work with movement, I paint, draw. I'm interested in sound healing and poetry and storytelling, and a connection to the story of our bodies and the story of nature and the universe and how this interplay happens. And to be a part of that. That's the thing that excites me the most about everything, and that will show up in everything I do. So, yeah.
I'm going to go back to like very, very basic. Am I pronouncing your name right, Nessa Ryan?
You are Nessa Ryan, yes. Sahara Moriat. Oh, I can't even pronounce your second name now. What's your second? Okay.
It's too long. you're from Ireland, and I didn't even realize like you have a different spelling in Ireland than like.
Oh yeah. So the Irish is Nessa Ryan, and the English is Nessa Ryan.
Wow.
Yeah. So I write my name in my documents in Irish, and it's easier. I say the English name, and it's got I like the ring of it. It's like people call me Nessa, whatever. It's got an easier sound. Yeah.
Beautiful name.
I'm based in Ireland
Yes.
at the moment. Yeah.
I had a pleasure of visiting you, I think twice. Such a
Yes.
beautiful place.
Yes.
But you were all over the place, like you've traveled a lot and
Yeah, I have traveled. I've lived mostly outside of the country, and I'm back for the last 3 years. And I'll be here for, I don't know. I never know. I'm just that kind of person. Yeah.
yeah, did this travel bug kind of always lived within you or
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's there. It's in me. It's like, yeah. But it's not like I have to. It's not like a itchiness to travel like some people have this kind of impulse. It's more like an interest will pull me this way or pull me that way. And this time I'm in Ireland, and it was to go for a few years here.
wow.
Not so much. It was like a different kind of way to come here, but it's interesting. I'm learning a lot. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw the interview I did with Tal, but he was like pulling the beautiful drawing of you. I can't remember if it was a painting or drawing, and he's like, "Yeah, shout out to Nessa, and I can do the same."
Illustrations. What do you have? Oh, you framed it so nice.
I have more that you generously gifted me,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
so this is like when I'm tweeting, I'm getting the inspiration from your art.
Oh.
But I'm curious, like, was this creative energy you had, was it like, where did that start? How did that begin?
When I was wee little person, I grew up playing music and doing a lot of painting and drawing and sculptures, and I went to art college. And
Visual arts or music or?
I studied music in an academy in Dublin, and then I did visual arts, and then I was part of a band, and we made some records.
This part of you, I just, whenever you say that, it just gives me goosebumps.
And I know that was like, and also made art, and then got into the body, got into, before it's all like out there. And then I was like, oh, I mean, it was coming from inside out, but there was less an awareness of, self. I mean, I guess of like the self, it was just like mad energy all the time. And then I became, as we all do at some point.
Right.
For some reason, we become aware of if we're not in it already. So then, I guess in my 30s, I started getting interested in, the nervous system, the whole system, how it works, slowing things down, listening differently, looking differently. Yeah.
Did that interest existed at ILM or like how did you meet? What we do.
How did I meet it? So I was 2 years doing one-on-one Feldenkrais. It was amazing. There's this amazing guy, and he would come over to my house once a week for 2 full years. And then he was like, enough. Like, not anymore. I can't keep coming over, you know?
But
And
how did you even get into that?
oh, I was recovering from a head injury. That's why this, you know what I was saying? It comes from somewhere. So I had a head injury, and then I went into a state of my recovery was really difficult. And this is how I got into the body work because, to be honest, nothing really was helping. Yeah. So I tried everything, you know, everything. And then Feldenkrais came along and it really
Was
worked.
it a long years of like long duration or many like how what was the length like of searching to before you arrived to Belgium?
It was a long journey. It was a long journey of different treatments. What happens is when you get a shock, when something happens quickly in the system obviously it gets a fright.
Yeah.
So I was treating initially the physical aspect, you know, the this, the that, the other. So it had a physical aspect on my body, my spine, my neck, you know, and once the physiotherapists are like, that's it, and the pain's still there. And so the trauma's stuck in the system.
Yeah.
And it triggers emotional this and baggage that. And it's something that no doctor can help or no psychotherapist can help, to be honest. Nobody can help really because they don't have the teaching in how the body works really. I mean, there's more and more teaching now, but even still today, you go to a body person or you go to a head person, you know. So eventually all the head, you know, got help, oh, I'm in pain, life became limiting. I still obviously was having my life, but it got limited. And then I started Feldenkrais 1-on-1 and all of a sudden things started to change.
Wow.
And then he said, I can't do, you know, I need to empower you. What do you rely, you know? So he told me to go and study ILM, to actually empower myself and really go into learning.
Oh, so you went in as a student, not necessarily as a client, like you.
Oh, yeah. I went in as a student to ILM.
Ah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, straight from him.
Wow. And
Yeah.
so zero treatment whatsoever from.
No treatment whatsoever.
Oh my God. That's such
Yeah.
a big commitment.
I trusted him, and I went to the open day, and I was like, oh my God, I think I'm home.
Wow.
Yeah, I knew it. So, and I knew from my own journey in life and my own kind of taking charge of my own wellness and my own, you know, that this was important to do this.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I went into the studio, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm home. That's it. And then I moved in, as you know, and they couldn't get rid of me. And then I repeated first year, I repeated second year, I did a third year. I wouldn't leave the studio. I did evening classes, extension classes, whatever, anything that was going or that I could participate in or repeat.
Well,
I locked in. Yeah.
But we first met in a movement course, and I didn't realize it was your second time around, I think.
Yeah, and I think I did 2 more since then. Yeah.
And I'm just so like, I'm envious and so admire the part of you that's just like the curiosity that's so alive.
Yeah.
Like, are you like this with everything, or was the ILM was, like you just said, was very home for you?
And the nature of ILM Lab is that it's continuously changing. And you can go as deep as you want. So, but for me, studying like a small amount for anything is not enough. You know, it's like with everything I do, with all my work that I do, I have to furrow, you know. it's a process that I have to keep furrowing in it for kind of it almost to become part of me, like part of my fabric, my system. And this takes time. For my system, it takes time. So yeah, for other systems it might be faster, but I know my system takes time and time. You do a little tweak, it opens a little bit, then it's a little bit more, then and this usually when I'm interested in something, I want to have it in my system. Really, really, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I
this is it.
agree with that too.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, yeah.
And what was it like for you once you entered the course? Like,
It was so hard. It was so hard. I think that's why I just stayed on for years and didn't leave the studio for years. I was like, what? I think I had a lot of like, huh? Like, what do you mean? And do the opposite. What do you mean? I am leaning. What do you mean? Give up and do, or fall up, or like all these beautiful language connected to the method. It was like the opposite of everything you think you know. And that's why I was like, oh yeah, this is my place. I was like, oh wow, the opposite of everything I know. I was like, brilliant, but it was frustrating, and it was like, took time, took letting go, letting surrender, still, like, it's never over, right? It's never over. Like, I studied in a studio, but I am studying. Like, it's an endless spiral and circle of everything. And it spreads out like a spider web into everything.
Yeah.
So it affects everything, like, oh, how am I going to pour my cup of tea? Or or like how, just like how you move in the world, and it affects my painting, and it affects all the work. I'm a Qigong teacher as well. I'm also working with somatic experiencing. It's another type method, and everything comes, it's like on other languages, but it's the same kind of idea of like the body, the system, don't get tied into anything, refresh, but rest, but refresh. You know what I mean? Like, it's fascinating. And I think that's it. Like, that's it. It'll always be fascinating. Yeah.
I remember, like, when I visited you in Ireland, you at the time was exploring with the sound bowl.
Oh yeah.
Like, how did you arrive to that? And because it was really fascinating, and I remember, like, as you know, Iran is not always so he doesn't really promote mixed with other. But for the first time, I'm like, wow, this really makes sense. Like, I was like, this is brilliant, and I want to know how you arrived there. And did that evolve to something else now, or are you still exploring with? Because that's been a few years now.
Well, I mean, Ilan does a lot of sound in his work, with chow, whoa, And when I was just treating somebody yesterday, and they were like, so what's all these noises about? They were like, what's going on here? And it's like it's like, when you work on so many different highways through the system, or it's another way of communicating, of releasing. And it makes sense to do the sound bowls. I mean, I love sound healing stuff.
Well, also the fact that you're a musician, like, it totally makes sense that that's also within your medium, like.
Yeah. So yeah, I love it. And I started getting into it through a friend who came over from Ukraine, where I was living. And he brought in this whole world of sound. I was interested already, and I was like, oh, I started going to these places of sound healing, but he was a sound healer. And I actually started doing some work with his friend in Ukraine. And I started learning Tuvan singing, you know, the chanting.
Oh, yeah, you're practicing that.
Yeah. And
Amazing.
yeah, and I started learning different rhythms on drums, and you know, and the shaking, the rattle to clear energy. And I mean, it's part of, like, it's very old, right? It's part of most old traditions, banging a drum, shaking a thing, or so I bring that into my treatments. I love it in my treatments. And I'm doing something now with it. I'm doing workshops with just with rest and sound.
Wow.
We're starting with my so classical music, sound, poetry, and storytelling, and just rest.
Wow.
So yeah, I found that, like, slowing things down from A to B, just really slowing down, is amazingly effective under the right circumstances. Not a collapse, not a collapse, but like a really alive slowness.
Right.
Is a really interesting state. Yeah. And it's interesting bringing that into treating ILM with this idea. So I'm like I'm curious about it. I'm thinking, okay, so I felt that in my system, that like slowing down and kind of an alive idea of slowing down. And then I'm treating, and it's very hands-on, it's very movie. So I'm thinking, how can I find this slowing down and rest within the movement, within the sending? And it's like an interesting thing for me right now to how to play with this. Yeah. Like there's always something that you're like, oh, I wonder how. Yeah. And also words or language, like the way Ilan talks, like they're like drops. You drop a word into the system and it falls in. You think a word while you're treating, that goes through your system into their system, right?
Yeah.
What words do you say to the client while you're treating? That's also in the air, in their system, in my system.
Right.
So for me, and I know everyone is different, for me, this is this whole thing of language and movement and all of this is interconnected into the healing process, or the relationship.
Right.
Yeah, the relationship. Yeah.
Wow. I wonder, I'm going back a little bit now, like when you entered, because you entered that as a student, I guess, in the course.
Yeah.
Have you received many treatments, or I guess during the course you receive a lot, but what was that like for you from coming from being a receiver of Feldenkrais into this work, and what was it like?
Well, it was really different because I was the kind of patient role in Feldenkrais.
Hey.
And I went into ILM into the learning role. So a different part of my brain went on. And the whole way until I moved to Ireland, the whole way through, I always got lots of treatments. I mean, friends were coming in and we were doing exchanges through the week. It was always a share of curiosity. I wonder if you put the shoulder up here, like with Tal, with Zach, with like, Dina, with, I mean, there's many names. Not many, but there's a few names where we exchanged always ideas and practices, and over the years it was different people who would come in and out of the studio or move around. We have I think the Ilan Lev has a very nomadic crowd of people who tend to like go from country to country, and
Yeah, it's true.
That's why we joked we should have a bus, an Ilan that just goes around the place continuously. Yeah.
Wow.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be so.
Yeah.
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 But what did anything surprise you being on the table from other, I guess, modality, or did did the island being like on the table, did that feel kind of continuation maybe of what you've been working on already?
Like in with what I've been working on already with Feldenkrais or with my other things in my life. Feldenkrais.
I guess both.
Yeah, I mean there's a cross. I mean Ilan Lev, like with 25 years of Feldenkrais like practitioner. So that's in there, you know. So it's definitely in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very different,
Right.
but it's not like talking completely different language. You know, it's in there. It's in the fabric of Ilan Lev. Like there's a definitely. And but you know, it's like it depends also on the different people that treat or teach or you know. It's like yeah, everyone's different. How that's actually the other lovely thing. You can go and study and you can go and get a treatment and everybody's different.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so and I love that.
Right.
There is a commonality in that there's modules and there's certain movements we do in the movement course and stuff like that. But everybody brings their flavor. It's like cooking.
Yeah, yeah.
They
Yeah.
they bring their flavor to it. They bring their sounds to it. They bring their environment, their culture, their secrets come out. You can't really hide, as you know, when you're treating.
Or being treated.
Or being treated, yeah. Yeah, you are where you're at in that moment. And that's what's on the table, and that's what we're bringing to the table, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm now kind of going back, but by this time, or maybe even before going to the course, how was your residue from the head injury? Was it already resolved? I don't know if the resolved is the right term, but
Yeah.
how did, because you mentioned going into being treated by a Feldenkrais practitioner, shed a lot of things. Was there more of that from one modality, or like how was your journey like since?
Oh yeah, I mean we're good now after doing so much body, you know, so much and like I'm good. Like it's great to say that. And you know, but I know it's a journey and you have to be willing to go on it. It was, you know, it was up and down. It's like a, you know, it's like a titration. It's like you're at, you know, it's like this, you know, it's like, oh, that's great. And then, ooh, something else. It's the system slowly letting go of, slowly bit by bit of the holding of different kinds of pain, trauma, whatever that happened as a result of that, or that's held in the body anyway. So this is our container. All the little secrets are hidden in the shoulder, in the ribs, and wherever. The eye that you were working on, yeah, or like anywhere. So you know, things are hidden everywhere. And then when you start working in the body, it comes up, it's coming up, out, reaching out its little head, hiding back in, poking out a bit, and then maybe running away, and we don't have it anymore, you know? So it's like this. It's like, you know, continuously moving and changing and it's like trusting the process of it's going to be okay. You know, it's like I've got a body, it's going to wear away, things are going to happen but isn't it, you know, but then there's a curiosity that comes in. And yeah. And that's going to be probably endless, right? As we continue. Yeah.
Oh, because by the time I met you, like you were already quite open and fluid. And I remember, I think it was Igal was mentioning, oh, remember Nessa, you like when you first came, your neck was so stiff, and I'm like, what? Like what happened? And then we met. the story of that you had a head injury, and I'm like, whoa, like I would have never expected. Like this really took me by surprise, and just so beautiful that one can like adapt to shed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also, I think it's including myself. It's so fascinating that we kind of forget. We forget once we heal what it,
Yeah.
what it felt like when you. Not that I'm not saying that you have forgotten what, but it's just
No, but you do. You forget. You do. Absolutely you forget. There's like a different starting point,
mm,
a different zero. You know, it's
yeah,
like always is like yeah, and you forget exactly where you were.
right.
Yeah, that's why it's good to have other people. That's why it's good to have community and friends and co-workers and you know to and the body wants it looks after it. So obviously if there's a tightness or an injury or pain, that's the body looking after itself how it needs to. So so we need to we need to go in there and tell the body it's okay, I got you, like we got you, we can you maybe you don't need this anymore. Maybe you don't need to like this amazing protection that you were doing to help yourself out because of something that happened, like, and maybe it's causing us pain now and we don't really need it anymore, so then it's like this negotiation, renegotiation with like how and this is why working with the body is so exciting and interesting and worth it. It's worth it. It's one of the, like, it's worth it. If what else have you got? What else have you got? Come on. I'm going into New York now. But I mean, but you know what I mean? Like, what else? What else do you have? You got this. This is your home.
Yeah.
So it's nice to get to know it. And yeah, and have a relationship with it, discussions with it, like sing to it, laugh with it, help it.
Right.
And it helps you. I mean, this is the thing, it tells us stuff all the time. Listen to it. Listen. Yeah.
Because I hope I'm okay bringing this up, but like, because you also cured like osteoporosis, like that, like I'm just so amazed that like that's possible, and I believe it. But like you went through it, and I'm sure it wasn't an easy journey. But like what was your like? I feel like you're one of those person who are willing to go through the roughness to.
Well, that was a shock. That was more like that was more, I guess, me finding something out that I had no idea was there. Right? I have like, I have things in my spine. Part of my spine is falling in. I've got all these things that have happened, but I'm totally able to climb a mountain, ride a bicycle, and roll on roll. It's like all this, it's yeah. So this. You see, the thing is, where Western medicine knows so much. But you get curious and you're like, what if I pulled this thread and pulled this thread, and it's like, I had to, I know it does, we don't say it in ILM, we say poof, poof, muscles, but I had to go back in and get me some muscles. The osteoporosis. I had to go and get my bones like strong. I had to go and get my body strong again. And there is a time and place for fluidity. And there also, you need strength in there, and I know that's not popular with everybody, maybe not every philosophy, but in qigong you need strength too.
Right.
Like if you can't stand in the simple meditation pose unless you are strong, and that's not holding muscles. We don't hold muscles in qigong either, but it's actually having the strength.
Right.
And yeah, having the strength, eating your protein, having the strength, eating your protein, and believing in the body that it can turn things around.
But there's
Yeah.
also like the fluidity and like the willingness to adapt and change to say,
Yeah.
now I need muscle, now I need protein, like
Yeah. Yeah.
be able to go for it. I think that was so inspiring, really. And just a good eye opener to say, okay, like what else?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't want anything else, but
No, but like what else is what I have now that I'm lacking because there's always something that you can see more.
yeah. 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 Well,
Wow.
yeah, it's kind of I don't know. Like maybe I could have. I didn't know, and I would have been fine not knowing. You know, sometimes it's like you never know. I had no symptoms from that.
Mm,
You know, so it's like it just happened that it came up that I found out, and you know, and then I had to be like, okay, I don't want that.
right.
So, but you know, you never know. So I could have had it, and I don't know if I would have ever. I'm not sure. I don't know. I just took action because you know I was like, okay, I don't. I want to be able to climb a mountain when I'm in my 80s. You know, so
And I'm sure like fluidity that you've worked before helped you to like find the strength without like making it a block. Like I'm
yeah,
sure
that's
there was some play to contribute to
yeah.
what came out.
Yeah, yeah. It's important to have that in there, right? It's like we're part of nature. We're not like
Yeah.
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 So always, yeah, to have a mix of everything, I think, all the different textures in the system, the strength, the fluidity, access to what the body's saying, what it's hiding. And I think a lot of that is slowing down.
Right. Wow.
Yeah, I'm like totally like it's not like slowing your days are frantic, you're working, it's not bad, it's like it's that inner slowing down to allow the body speak and sing and say what it needs to say, and that's also got to do with letting go of contraction a little bit in the system. And it's like, what was, and it's kind of it's a different relationship. It's yeah. And again, I'm going to do this movement because it's like this, it's like, and it's turning and it's moving and it's getting big and it's going tiny and it's always like this. It's like our system. Like, I mean, our whole universe, it's exactly the same thing in play.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's pretty magical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like so many things and everything's the same at
Yeah,
once.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's like the everything and nothing of everything, which is nothing. Yeah. It's all everything is everything and everything is in nothing. It's all the micro and the macro and the macro and the micro. And everybody has been talking about this since, the beginning of before there were sounds made.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. It was probably been telepathically spoken about and understood.
Right.
Yeah.
Um,
And we still find it fascinating, which is, yeah.
Nessa, because I know you're like one of those curious minds. You mentioned of like slowing, like this, the inner slowing down is one thing, but what is like feeding your curiosity like at the moment? Like what are you playing with?
Mhm.
What are you excited about? Um,
So, so I think what's taken my curiosity is the nervous system and energy fields and the nervous system. So I think this is where my curiosity has gone into more. Like if there's different rabbit holes, I've run down that one. There's multiple different rabbit holes you can go down. So this is the one that pulled me. Um, and it's actually interesting. It's like it brings us, and when we're treating it, it comes into play there as well. I was just thinking about it. That there's you know, your own yourself, there's the person you're treating, and then there's the mix of the two of you. And it's kind of interesting to keep part of yourself and not, you know, this whole idea that I'm learning about at the moment, which is merging, and but also like keeping a certain amount of boundary. So this is kind of interesting, working with somebody, how much you merge, how much you don't merge. Like ideally, you know, we notice the merging and we don't merge. But how to treat and allow movement to move through, or energy move through without merging. You know, so it's an interesting, and this is kind of nervous system words, and but it's a fascinating, and really for myself, like learning how I interact with the world, which is all energy, and how I'm aware of my own, while I move through the world and interact with people and do what I do. Yeah, and what's stuck, what isn't, and yeah, and hopefully it'll make me or help me become a better helper. And when I teach Qigong, or when I paint, or when I just interact with friends and family, I'm hoping this will kind of give me a fuller connection with life, and like something, it's something deeper. And this is just this kind of world that I'm moving in right now. Yeah. And I think it's because there's pain in the body, there's pain and discomfort in the body, there's illnesses that the body holds. And I find that maybe it's one way is through the nervous system, and kind of communicating with nervous systems is an interesting way on how to treat. And there's touch involved in that, you know? It's not just sitting talking, there's touch involved in it.
Yeah.
Which is lovely. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I know it's like, I just feel like kind of almost like telepathically communicating this to you, like this feeling.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's that's what I'm really curious right now. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
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 Oh, I wish we were closer.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Until the next time.
I know. Until the next time. Yeah. Yeah.
Like I was recently, I've been like talking about rabbit hole. I've been kind of binging on a podcast called Telepathy Path.
Oh.
Telepathy Tape. Telepathy Tape.
Yes.
And
I know that podcast, Telepathy Tape.
oh, it's brilliant. But apparently one of the study that they were doing was like having multiple people. I'm kind of like, I'm probably not describing this well, but like having people touch on somebody with symptoms, and like 50% of the people were like just simply physically touch without any kind of practice behind, and other 50% was practitioners, and apparently everybody got benefit. Of course, 50% of people who had some kind of practitioner background, I think it was Reiki, were able to like reduce the symptom significant amount, but everybody had benefits, which I think is like, I was just thinking how like the physical touch is so, like the power of the healing with the physical touch is so amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's like, especially when somebody wants to be touched.
Yes.
And then you touch them. This is what I'm saying. It's like one person is open to being touched, and then the other person touches. It's like opening two doors and going, hi.
Yeah.
You know, at the same time. And because if one person's door is closed and I'm coming to say hello, it's going to be a bit hot. It's going to be a bit, we're going to have to open the window. We're going to have to like, yeah. But but when the two doors are open, that's beautiful. That's like so lovely.
Yeah.
And I guess when we work on a body, right, we can feel at times, oh, they've closed that door, they've opened this door. Like, you know, there's different ways. That's why there's all these different ways we can move through or move with or touch. You can feel the communication, the relationship, you know, and that's beautiful. That's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, where can people, like, because you're doing quite a bit of offering, like, of the Qigong and other workshop with music, is that true? And
Yeah.
so, are you treating at the moment?
Yeah, I just gave a treatment yesterday. I'm absolutely open for business. Treating, please, you know, this treating and giving classes and workshops, and I love working in groups.
You're great.
So I love it. So
Yeah.
I love the play element to it, and so yeah, so we're doing a few things coming up. Me, and then also me and my sister, who's a classical musician, are starting to bring sound and storytelling and rest period to work with this nervous system I was talking about. And also ILM treatments, please. Yes.
And can people find you here on the
Yeah.
page? Okay.
They can find me here and they can find me in my house with the front door open, waiting to touch. Waiting. I am. Yeah. I'm waiting to touch.
Oh my gosh, I so crave being on your table, Nessa.
Oh my goodness. You have to come over just so we can exchange treatments, Sahara.
Yeah.
I would love one too.
Yeah, for the future. Soon.
Yeah.
Soon. Yeah. Yeah, I guess we might wrap shortly, but if there's anything else you wish to share or.
I have like 4 lines of this little poem I'd like to share. It's by Goethe. I don't know. You know what I did was I just got one of my favorite poetry books here, The Rag and Bone Shop of the Heart.
Can you bring it far a bit?
It's a collection of poetry. Oh, where is the camera? Can you see it?
Yes, but you're too close. Can you bring it far? Oh yeah, now I see.
There.
Wow.
Okay, and I just opened the page and I said, if I open the page on a short little thing, I will read it for Sahara or for anyone who's watching. So it's like it opened it and it decided that it wants me to read it. So funny enough, it opened it in a short little verse, so I don't even I can read it. Otherwise, I was like, oh, if you were sending me a whole page of a poem, I wouldn't be able to read it. But here we go. So it just goes. It's by Goethe. So it goes, whatever you can do or dream you can, begin it. Boldness has genius, power and magic in it. And that's it.
Wow.
That's Goethe. And isn't it, I know. Isn't it amazing? It just opened on that page. So it was meant to be spoken.
Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you, Sahara, for having me on.
Wow. I don't know what to do to end this. It's like, what?
Let's put our hands up to the screen and touch. Yeah. Lovely. I can feel you. Can you feel me?
Yeah.
I can feel you, Sahara.
Thank you, Nessa.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Take
Bye.
care.
You
Bye,
too.
love.
Talk soon.
Bye.